Okay, so something I've been thinking about a lot, and this is my speculation on this subject, but I've been thinking a lot about how so many of these predators that are called out or arrested or exposed in the media are really talented people, really beloved people, people that are brilliant and so good at what they do. And why is that? Why is that? So here's the first thing. I think that when you are a narcissist or you have some other type of cluster B personality disorder, particularly like narcissism or antisocial, what happens to you in childhood is that you learn that you cannot rely on other people. Other people are not safe. Therefore, you have to rely on yourself and you have to do everything on your own. And because they are such black and white thinkers, and because deep within them is this feeling of inadequacy, they have to be perfect and they have to be superior and they have to make it. If they don't make it, if they're not better than everybody else, then they are nothing. And I think they truly believe that. And so it becomes like their life's goal to be someone and to do it all on their own, right? Like if you guys remember in one of Robbie Harvey's messages with another woman, he had this whole paragraph where he talked about, I grew up with nothing and I always knew that I was going to have a hot wife and the best house and the best this and the best that. And I did it all on my own. Nobody helped me. This is a very narcissistic way of thinking. And this is what happens with narcissistic people is they know that they can't rely on other people. That's what they believe. And so they are very independent and they feel like they have to make it. Unfortunately, other aspects to these types of personality disorders are a lack of empathy, a lack of remorse, super high manipulation, and superficial charm. So not only do they work hard to get to the top, yes, you have to put in work if you're going to get to the top. You have to have talent, brains, whatever to get there. But they have this added layer of this superficial charm and lack of remorse over manipulating people to get to the top. And I've said this before, but like, if I wanted to become a millionaire or something, if I really wanted that, there are probably a lot of things that I could do to get there, but those things wouldn't be ethical, and those things would be stepping on other people, and I would probably have to manipulate others in order to get there. And so I will probably not ever make it to that level because I'm not willing to do those things. But these types of people are. And so they get to these points in their lives where they have stepped on other people to get to the top, and they are in this position of power, leadership, and they're amazing at what they do, right? We've seen a lot of predatory people who are amazing actors, screenwriters. Dr. Kenny Smiles is very good at what he does, but it's not just talent that is keeping them in this position of power. It is also that superficial charm and disregard for consequences. For most of us who have like a really strong guilt and remorse, if we do something wrong to someone, that could literally like destroy us. And it would really have an effect on our careers or us moving forward, right? But if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of guilt, empathy, or remorse, and you do something wrong to someone and you just shrug it off like it's no big deal and pull a geographical and just like work somewhere else instead, then you're going to continue moving forward. And if you don't give a fuck about what happened, then why should anybody else? And our society is this way that it protects rich and powerful people and kind of just gives a slap on the wrist to these people, especially if they're men. And so they get to a point where they were already narcissistic, they already were ego-based, but now they are in this position where they are so beloved and they are so protected by society that they begin to believe that they are actually invincible, because that's what history has shown, that they can just do and say anything they want and they will get away with it. And so in my opinion, with someone like Dr. Kenny Smiles, I feel like he's gotten to the point where he's so big, he's so good at what he does, he's so talented, and, you know, he probably has a long waiting list and he's made so much money and he's gotten in trouble many times, but it hasn't altered, you know, his career, that he probably thinks, well, people need me so much. I'm the only person who can do it this way, so I can say and do whatever the fuck I want. They know who I am, so they can either come in my door or not. And if they don't want to be here, then they can fucking leave. And if they do want to be here, I'm going to be whoever I want, because there aren't going to be any consequences to it, because people need me. And maybe that's how our society works, but that's not how we work. No, that's not how we operate. We call out predators, because you don't just get to prey on people every day for your entire life and get away with it. So if police aren't going to do anything about it, if our society isn't going to do anything about it, then at least, us little guys on social media can spread the word that these people are not safe to be around.